Welcome. This is another episode of Bro Date. My name is Keith. This is Jarrell, and today we are talking about something we've been waiting for a very, very long time.
All of us have been waiting for a very long time.
That would be the return of The Walking Dead.
Yes. Finally.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, it was well worth the wait.
So this is the mid-season premiere, episode 9. Now, I think it's called No Way Out.
It is.
And holy crap, man. Like, let's just get into it. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Come back and watch this after. But let's just get straight into it. It picks up where last season left off.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. But yeah, if you haven't seen it already, stop now. Go watch it because it is amazing. And yes, it's crazy. From the start to the finish. It's crazy. Crazy.
We start off with Daryl's group. They're being confronted by the biker gang. Negan's biker gang. And I thought everyone was going to die. I thought Daryl disappears. They do their banter back and forth. He says, hey, take him to the back, get the rest of their crap. And then he's got a gun on Abraham and Sasha, and I'm like, shit.
Right. Me too.
And then he puts him down. I'm like, he's going to put him back up. And he did.
Too.
And I was like, shit again.
Right.
And then the best thing ever happens. Like, ever. I did not see it coming at all. I forgot all about the fact that they had that. And damn.
Yeah, I completely forgot about it as well. I didn't know what I'm like, what the hell's gonna happen? So I thought they were gonna take them as prisoners or whatever.
I thought they were dead for sure.
Yeah, it was a heck of a surprise for me too. And I'll be honest with you, when it happened, I just died laughing. I couldn't stop laughing. I could not stop laughing.
I seriously, I was like, okay, this is how they're going to start the show off. The rest of the season off. They're going to kill 2 main characters in the first 5 minutes. And then Daryl just comes out of nowhere with the RPG, blows the shit out of the biker gang, and that's all she wrote.
So,
and then he's all nonchalant about it. He's like, oh, that son of a bitch was tougher than he looked or something.
Yeah. So the other thought I had when that happened, I was like, it's Jesus. Jesus is coming in.
Yeah, I kind of thought
like, Jesus did this, and then Daryl comes out, which I was very happy about, because I want Jesus to come at another point. So I'm good with Daryl doing what he's doing.
It's got to be soon,
and
right?
It just defines Daryl even more.
Yeah.
Man. So, yes, that was an amazing scene. So then it cuts from that eventually. It goes on commercial, whatever. And then we get back to Alexandria. And you've got Rick and the group that he's with. Mm-hmm. They're working on their strategy, which is get the blood and guts, zombies all over them, and walk through the pile.
And they are. They're strolling through. And I was surprised that what we saw at the end of the last episode didn't start sooner. Mm-hmm. When Sam's like, hey, Ma. He's doing the Family Guy. Ma. Like,
he was. Yeah, family. That's nice. Nice.
And I was like, well, he isn't doing that yet. So I was like, when does that come into play here? And is it going to be as big a deal as I think? Because they're, like, making their way out. They find, like, a spot to, like, stand there and chat for a minute. And I was like, aren't there zombies everywhere?
Look,
like,
I said the same thing. I was thinking the same thing. And then, so, they're sitting there chatting and stuff. And he's doing all right. And I'm like, all right, well, if this is like the books, then I know something's going to happen. But when they were like sitting there talking, I'm like, all right, maybe it's not really gonna work out the way the comic books plays it out. Because sometimes they portray stuff a little bit differently,
like almost all the time.
But
that's the interesting thing with this episode.
Well, yes, because
it's the same. It's like frame for frame almost.
Yeah, we're gonna. Well, at least I'd want to come back to that. But when the preacher took Judith,
mm-hmm. You're like,
and the mom wanted Sam to go, and Sam didn't.
Well, I was nervous about the preacher taking Judith. First off,
yeah.
I was. Man.
Yeah. Well, anyway, at that point, I knew his destiny was finished.
Well, yeah.
It was done.
I mean,
it was done.
That's I think the most interesting thing about this episode is that they usually do sort of do a remix of the comics, and the same stuff will happen, but to different people. But in this one, that wasn't the case. It was the comics.
This almost this whole episode, or at least a great majority of this episode, was completely played out the exact same way in the comics. Mm-hmm. So that was interesting because it's kind of been a while since we've had that.
Yeah,
it really has. You know, with the wolves coming in and all that stuff. Like
they mixed stuff up very well.
They mixed a lot of stuff up in terms of all that stuff. So, but this episode was very, very, very strict towards the story in the comic books.
So, the thing about that, and it makes me wonder, they say how they like to make it a new show like every 8 episodes. Is if they're going to do that for the entire season, we know exactly what is coming. We know exactly who's getting what's coming. But we'll see here how it plays out.
Hey.
Like, we'll see how Jesus comes in.
Yeah.
If Jesus comes in the same exact way as the comics, and it's like a frame-for-frame thing again, they're doing it all season.
Yeah.
And we know who's going to get it at the end.
But see, they've never, for a whole season, really completely followed the comic books.
Yeah. That's why I'm curious to see if that
they have yet to have done that. But you know, the interesting thing about that is it's nearly impossible for them to do that because they had characters like Merle, Daryl, who are not in the comic books at all, who play a huge part of different seasons, you know? Mm-hmm. But moving forward, going back to the episode, so that moment seals the fate for Sam, his brother, Ron, and then his mother. I forget her name, but it seals the fate for all of them. And what happens is Sam starts hallucinating and imagining stuff.
Yeah. Well, no, he goes back to Carol's speech.
He's going back, hallucinating back to that. And I think he starts imaging something with the zombies or eating him or something like that. Or
he really just like focuses in on mouths and stuff, and he's hearing that speech in his head, and he's like, "Oh crap, monsters are gonna eat me."
And then the zombies
he freezes.
Flock him.
They eat his forehead.
Yes,
I was like, "What?"
His forehead. And then, so they're still walking in their chain of people, and his mom's sitting there like, now she's lost it, and before you know it, she's getting eaten. And then,
this is the
yeah.
I mean, and you can see it coming. You're like, no, it's gonna happen. No, but yes,
yeah,
because that's something that they can do easy in the show, unlike Rick's hand.
Yeah,
but
I didn't think it was gonna happen.
No, even when this was going down.
Yes.
What did you think was gonna happen?
I didn't think it was going to happen because of how Rick, does get his arm cut off. I thought they weren't going to do this to him either.
Well,
I stand corrected.
I'm glad they did.
Ron shot
Carl
in the eye.
In the eye.
One of his
Carl
eyes.
has no eye left.
No, is it left or right eye?
It's all blown out. It's his right eye.
It's right eye. It's right eye. Yes, blows out his eyeball, which is exactly how it happened. So I didn't think it was going to happen.
Ron's all like, "You," to Rick, and he's like, because he just saw his little brother and his mom get eaten by walkers, and the gun flies on the ground somehow, and I didn't even put that together. Like, oh, Ron's going to pick it up.
I did. I knew it.
I wasn't even paying attention to that. I was just like, they're getting eaten.
And then I heard the one gunshot, and I was like, oh. Never mind. Never mind.
Man.
But I do want to go back to this really quickly before we move on. Rick. Rick for a second when he saw the mom
getting eaten. Yeah, he lost
for
a little
second.
bit.
Right. And then when Ron was in the middle of him doing his stuff, he saw Carl still locked together with hands with the mom. And then that's when he went to Rick.
Yeah, he goes lumberjack on it.
Pre-farmer Rick.
Yeah.
And chopped the arm off and freed Carl. And then Ron picks up a gun and shoots at Carl. So then, you know, Rick and Michonne start going at it, get Carl, head for the hospital.
Michonne
the house.
kills Ron.
Yeah, that's right.
Sword
that's
through Ron, and as she's doing it, the gun goes to the side, and instead of shooting Rick, we get Carl's eye.
Yeah.
That happens. He starts getting eaten. Then we see Carl look up, and his eye's just gone.
Yeah.
Just gone. He got shot in the face.
In the face. In
like,
the face.
What other show on television?
Oh my gosh.
Can you see this kind of stuff?
But then it doesn't end there. So then...
That's true.
And the other part... Oh my goodness. I almost forgot about the whole thing with Glenn and...
oh. Yeah. Yeah. I thought Glenn was dead. Again.
This dude.
More so this time than last time. I was like,
this dude.
No. Nick fell on him or something. He's going to get out of that. I don't know how, but he's going to. This time I was like, Glenn just died. Glenn just died.
So if we go back to what a few episodes ago that you and I discussed about Enid kind of becoming connected with Glenn and possibly also Maggie as well, and kind of them taking her under her wing. I think you are on point with that because it's obvious that they're developing a relationship there, and you know they were so to tell the story on the show is Glenn and Enid were in the church, and you know Enid saw this message at on the ceiling or whatever, and they have a moment there where they talk about like their past and why they're still living.
Yeah, he really lays it lays it all out there for like, listen, you haven't lost all those people that were important to you. They live on through you. Like he heavy-handedly lays that on her, and she finally gets it. So yeah, they really do have that bond right now,
and she tells him, look, you're going to go save your wife. I'm going to help you.
Yeah, she basically says, I'm going to follow you anyway.
Right. No matter what you do.
You might as well just let me help you.
So they go after her. They go save her. Glenn, trying to be the swift, save the guy, save the day type of guy.
Yeah, that's...
And he gets surrounded by zombies. He eventually gets his point to a dead end.
Yeah.
To a literal dead end.
Yeah.
Surrounded by zombies.
He saw the like scaffolding with Maggie on it about to go down, and he wasn't having it.
And this time Maggie was about to witness the whole thing.
Yeah.
But just in time.
So that's why I thought he was gone. Because I was like, okay, well that's the way for him to go out.
Yeah.
If he's gonna go out, like saving his wife.
Yeah. That's a better way.
A very heroic way too would have been, because he just like runs out in the middle and starts like attracting them to him just so Enid can help Maggie get off the thing.
Right.
So that's why I thought he was done. Like I didn't see that coming at all either. Right. I didn't even have it in the back of my head like, oh, they blew everybody up. Now they're going back to Alexandria.
Yeah.
Like I forgot about them completely.
So up pops Abraham and Sasha, and they're
machine guns. Yeah,
with machine guns, killing off the zombies, which saved Glenn's day.
Yeah, and he's got like some smart ass comment. I don't remember what it was.
And then the other thing that's going on at the same time is the other group that's separated from them.
Morgan
Carol. Yes, they finally woke up. Morgan sees what the heck just went on, that the doctor's been kidnapped by the Wolfman.
Which that's all very interesting too, but we'll deal with this first and then go there.
So they finally wake up. And
Carol and Morgan are like, they're both right in their own ways, but they like can't get it across the right way to each other, and they like have this weird sort of.
But I still think there's something to that relationship, and I don't mean in a bad way.
No,
I think they're developing something. I don't know what, but I think they're developing something.
Well, yeah. Well, Carol was so emotional at the window when they were talking.
Right.
And I didn't completely pick it all apart yet, but
Morgan keeps trying to get this message to Carol of what you were before. He brings up you had a family, you had a daughter. He keeps bringing this up, and he's trying to get to. I think he's trying to get to her, like we'll talk about in a minute. I'm sure how he got to the Wolfman.
He kind of has, because she was like, I should have killed you.
Right.
And I think the reason that she can't is because he like represents that last piece of humanity for her. Like, there's other things for other people. Like Rick's got Judith and Carl, and that's how he kind of hangs on, especially when he's on the edge and he goes crazy Rick. I think Morgan is kind of that for Carol. She doesn't have the girls anymore, you know? Because she, you know, went all look at the flowers on them.
Mm-hmm.
But they're kind of the same person. She's like the ruthless version, and he's the like peaceful version.
But would she? I mean, granted, yeah, she doesn't have those girls, but I mean,
I think that was part of like her humanity, though. Like while they were all together,
I feel like
she went so extreme after that.
Well, I feel like after the whole illness thing, Carol just took a completely different turn. And I don't think even when she did have those girls, I'm not sure that they even got to her to impact how far she had gone from what she was previously. Because, I mean, she
always does what has
killed
to be done.
Right.
Yeah.
She did what had to be. She did the things that you didn't want to do, but you thought about doing or you thought needed to be done. She did those things. Mm-hmm. Well, and I thought for a second...
she's still trying to do those things.
I thought for a second in this episode when they were up in the room and Morgan was kind of like exiting the scene and going downstairs or whatever, I thought she was going to turn around and shoot him. The old Carol would have done that.
Yeah, maybe.
Possibly.
Mm.
There's a good chance. But anyway, so...
Let's transition it.
That's pretty much the last we see of them, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember. And I've watched
no. We see one more. We see Carol one more time with the Wolfman. So the Wolfman...
Oh, that's right.
...has an interesting change of heart.
So we'll come back to it, I guess. And that's the other thing. She was wrong in that decision. That's kind of what we see. So...
But she doesn't know that yet.
No. But it seems like... No, she does know it. She does know it. Because she kind of sees him helping. Or it's either that or Denise is like upset about it. Like she was trying to like, I forget what it was. Like I bring him along.
Right.
And Carol was kind of like, what did I just do that and it was a bad thing? Or,
I don't think I saw that part.
You can kind of see it after she does it. And I think it's because Denise sort of like goes back and is like upset about it. Like she didn't want that to happen. Like she wasn't completely on board with like, oh, thanks for shooting him. Yeah. Like she was like, oh shit. Like what? Why'd you just do that? He was helping me. Because you can kind of see him helping her. Because he's pushing through the zombie horde and stuff.
Right.
So he has his change of heart. And he doesn't even know that he has it because Denise is about to get like eaten. Mm-hmm. And he goes back for her. And it's not something that he like thought about. It's something that he just did instinctively.
Right.
And
so the thing to remember though with that as well is I mean, was he just doing that for his selfish reasons? Because Deanna, I think that's her name. It might not be. But she says, if you get me to the house with the medical or whatever,
Denise,
I can save you. I can save you. So, I mean, of course he's going to try to help her out as much as he can from that point. But I do think you're right in reference to something with, like, his morals or his inner self was impacted by whatever Denise said and or maybe Morgan said as well.
His self-preservation kind of went out the window more than it would have. And that kind of kicks in. So
that was interesting.
Definitely interesting. And he gets bit a couple more times. And then he basically just decides, like, hey, okay, I'm gonna start helping you now. And they're pushing through the zombie horde, and then that's when Carol pops up and
shoots and
they're trying to make it back, and kills him. But that's not the last we see of him. We see him when Morgan confronts him at the end when he's a zombie too.
Correct.
So Wolfman's got a big part in this episode.
And Wolfman
in a lot of different ways.
Well, Wolfman's dead for the second time because Morgan takes care of him as a zombie, as a walker.
So he basically taught Morgan and Carol both lessons in different ways because
in opposite ways.
Yeah. He shows them they're both wrong, basically. Or they're both right. To the other person, from the other person's point of view.
That's a good point.
So, it'll be interesting to see what happens with those two from here on out, because they had those experiences. Carol definitely saw, like, oh, crap. And then Morgan definitely saw, like, oh, crap. Maybe I should have killed him.
There's a relationship building between them two. I don't know exactly where they're trying to go with it, but there's something building between them.
You can't really tell, because there's no way of telling what's going to happen. It seems like they're sort of getting to, like, a happy medium. They're finding their median where they can kind of coexist, because they were here before, and it's sort of balancing out right now. We can kind of see it happening. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see where that goes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else happened in this episode.
To be honest with you, I think we kind of summed it all up pretty well.
We missed the biggest thing at the end. When the whole community comes together.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's a big part.
It is.
So Rick goes, takes Carl into the infirmary. Denise is like, okay, I'm gonna help him. It's not a bite. I can fix this. You get me this. I'm gonna be a doctor. She kind of steps up. She starts saving Carl. Rick goes, oh, hell no. He's going crazy Rick again. He goes out into the horde by himself with a freaking hatchet and starts killing every zombie he can see.
And close to the point where he starts to get surrounded, and in comes Michonne and
that's the other thing.
Aaron and
Michonne is helping Denise with Carl.
She's like, look, you need to hurry up.
I gotta go. Rick's out there. He's by himself. I gotta go. And she's like, you gotta stay here for a second.
Yeah. So finally they rush out. They start helping him. Thank goodness.
They start helping him. Other people in other houses see, oh crap, they're out there.
Slowly
we
but
need to
surely.
go out there. They're out there. The entire community of Alexandria comes out. They come together as one finally. They show Rick, hey, we're not wimps. We can do this too. Like, we made the decision to fight. Yeah.
The Alexandrians.
Like, you thought we were all just going to die. We're not. We're going to fight too. And then he's like, well, crap, we can do anything now.
Yes.
We just beat an entire horde.
Yeah, and he kind of reflects back in that when it kind of dies down, and he's sitting in the bed with
Carl.
But I want to flip back just a second to that battle that they were having with all the walkers to try and take over the town again.
Mm-hmm.
Is one person finally made me proud.
Eugene?
No.
The priest?
Yes.
The reverend?
Finally.
The preacher.
Finally, because he plays a different role. Well, up to this point in the comic
it's really interesting too.
He plays a different role.
The way it happens in the show, when he decides he's going out there, he finally takes it a different way. his faith. He goes,
yes.
God has given us the strength to fight back, not why is God doing this? Why is God letting these people kill these other people? Like, it's not like self-loathing anymore.
Right.
He finally goes, God is giving us the power to take this into our own hands. I'm going out there, guys. Watch Judith.
Finally. I'm like, yes. Finally.
Yeah, it's good to see.
Now, if Morgan can go ahead and turn the switch a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for this next episode. I don't have any idea what's going to happen.
We know some things are coming, and there's 7 episodes for them to happen in. And yeah, I'm ready for every Sunday from now on.
Well, I think we're about to go. I think Walking Dead's about to take that little kind of the detour that they do in a lot of their seasons, where you get like a full episode of just a certain party.
It makes me mad
because it looks like, from what I recall, we're gonna see a lot of Rick and Daryl, just Rick and Daryl. They're following some car with I don't know. They're following some kind of tread.
I saw
Chrysler 300 or something like that.
I saw something today when Daryl blows up the biker gang. Way in the background, there's a car that comes out of nowhere in the back of the road. Like, you can see it all the way in the background.
Yeah.
And you went down there. I'm sure they block all their roads off, so I'm sure that was intentional.
So, I'm anxious to see what's happening with Daryl and Rick. Because it's going to be... Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? I don't even remember the rest. Whatever else I saw, I don't even remember. I just know we're going to see some Rick and Daryl. Something's going down. They're following somebody.
I think Jesus is coming very soon.
That's what I think too. Like
in the next episode or 2, I would think. Because we're gonna have to start getting informed about, everything else. I don't give away too much.
I know.
But I think he'll be our one to do that.
Yes.
So, yeah,
man.
Great episode.
So glad that it's back. Fantastic episode.
One of the best episodes.
Check it out. It is one of the best episodes. Yeah. Check it out if you haven't already.
Definitely.
I'll probably be watching it again here soon.
Yeah.
In all honesty.
Yeah.
But let us know what you guys thought.
Comment, like, subscribe. Give us some video responses if you want.
Anything, whatever you got. What are you looking forward to the next episode? What are you looking forward to for this season? Any questions, anything that we missed or should mention going forward or anything, but other than that, I think that's pretty much it. So until next time, we'll see you later.
Peace.